Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Nicole. For those who are already watching and following, it's been a while. My last video was a couple weeks ago when I went to Disneyland, which was very fun, by the way. I had a blast. I also saw some family right after, but unfortunately I did get sick as soon as I got home. I caught a nasty cold, really affected my sinuses, so I was out of it for about a week and a half. And then we also had a house guest come right after I got well, so life has been really busy and I've been itching to make a video and I miss you guys, so I'm very excited to get back into this. For today's video, I actually wanted to show you my 4th of July decorations because we are in mid-June. As you can see, I wore the appropriate outfit in 95-degree heat, so I'm doing this for you. But yeah, if you like this sweater, you could get it at Old Navy. It also comes in white, but just thought I'd be a little patriotic for this video. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and show you a few of my decorations for 4th of July. When it comes to decorating 4th of July, I'm actually very particular. I really don't care for the craftsy, cutesy stuff, or how else can I say this? Like, I don't know how to say this. Like, the very bright, cartoony looking 4th of July stuff, I really gravitate towards vintage 4th of July. So my collection is very minimal. I don't have a lot of 4th of July decorations, but over time I hope to grow. But what I have, I do love, and I put them out, and I think hopefully you'll enjoy them too. Maybe hopefully you'll get some ideas of what you can do at your house. But yes, I will get that started. When it comes to other things, I also went to a vintage spring market while our house guest was here. That was really fun. It was here probably in the beginning of June, like the first week of June. I think they traveled to different states. So the next one will be in November, but I think the market, like the people who run the market, are based in Texas. So I know they don't unfortunately go to the West Coast. They kind of stay, you know, Midwest and I think East Coast a little bit. So sorry, but you know, at least I can give you a peek of what it's like, what they had. I was with someone, so I couldn't film as much as I wanted to, but I can give you an insight of the vendors and what I found. I can share with you the very little I bought, but you know, I'm at this time where I have so much stuff. I feel like I have so much stuff that I really don't need any more things, which is a good place to be. So when it comes to going out shopping, I'm very mindful about what I buy and what I want to bring into the house. But anyways, let's get started with that 4th of July decorations. And then after, I will share with you what I got at the spring market. So I'll be totally honest with you, I had no idea what to do regarding this corner of my shelf. So I thought, you know what, I'll just put some Patriotic books in this corner. I mean, I'm not really loving how it turned out, but it's good for now. I did find this vintage White House cookbook. You could tell it's really old. The best part about it is it's actually published in 1899. And this was gifted in the 1900s, like early 1900s, as you saw in that date. This is very old. They have republished it, but I have literally the first publication, like one of the first publications of it. So that's exciting. I also found this vintage president's book where it talks about all the presidents. I think it stops at Eisenhower. But I thought this was pretty cool too, and a nice touch. in my decoration. I do wish I had a larger bell, but I do have this little gold bell, and it's just gonna have to do for now. I'll change it later, maybe. Now, I wanted a wreath at the front door, but I didn't want to buy the typical 4th of July wreaths that have been seen at the stores. For some reason, I mean, I don't hate them, but they just weren't really sparking my style and my interest. I really wanted something very simple and not so permanent, actually. So I saw a picture on Pinterest, and they literally used just ribbon and little flags to decorate their front door wreath. And so this is exactly what I did. I picked up some ribbon at Hobby Lobby, I believe, and then I had these little flags left over from a different project that I did for 4th of July. So all you have to do is measure the ribbon kind of like where it hits the bottom of the wreath, and you're going to tie it to the, wreath door hook. So also give yourself enough room to tie it at the top. But yeah, so I just measured it, and then I cut different ribbon accordingly. And I'm going to use these strands and just kind of cut all the ribbon around the same length. I don't really want too many at different lengths. And then, like I said before, you're just going to tie the ribbon on the wreath hook. So that's why I love this project. There's no gluing, nothing's permanent. So if I want to use this wreath for other things other than 4th of July, I can. So I don't know if this is how the wreath was made in the Pinterest picture, but this is how I made it, and this is kind of what I thought that they maybe did. They could have glued it, but for me, no, I just tied it on the hook. And here's the finished product. So this was an unexpected find that I got at Hobby Lobby. They're just like Patriotic paper chains. Paper chains was such a classic way back in the day to decorate, so I couldn't pass these up, and honestly I'm so glad that I bought them. They had just like such a cool vintage feel, and I really don't find these as a common form of decoration, especially with a lot of these decor bloggers out there. But I also got these silver goblets at the spring market, which I'll show you right after this part of the video. And I just put some little flags in there that I had, and it kind of gives it that classic look, you know, a little Americana. That's literally what I go for. I'm doing my best with this mantle and that big TV. I really hate this TV. It will go away eventually, but for now, you gotta work with what you got. And then I got these vintage military men that are cast iron.
I just thought they were really cute. One obviously is a rifleman and the other one is a paratrooper. The paratrooper one I really like because that's what my dad did in the army, so it just makes me think of him.
Good morning, friends. So today I am going to the spring market, which is a market that has, I think, things that people have made, vintage items, and just like a bunch of vendors. Honestly, the last time I went, it was back in like 2018. So they could have changed a lot since then. And they had all kinds of different vendors. It was really cute. So I'm excited to go back again. So all I have to do before I go is put on a little makeup, and then I'm gonna have a little bit of something to eat, and then I'm gonna head out. Yeah, I look very tired, but I'm gonna get myself together, get myself going. It should be a good time. And yeah, I'll take you guys along so we can see what they have this year. Okay, so before I end the video, I did want to show you what I got at the spring market. So when I was showing my 4th of July decorations, you saw the silver goblets. I got 4 of those. So those were just 2 of the 4 I have, but I do have 2 more. And I just think they're great. They're great for decoration. I just think they're really cool. I know you should buy the set. I really didn't need 4, but I'm sure I can find other places to put these when I do decorate for other holidays, or if I buy more small flags, I can put maybe a goblet in our guest room and a goblet in another room. Even though it may be repetitive, it's still a good look, you know. So got those, and for the 4, it was like 20 bucks, which I think is pretty good. For silver goblets, they're very hard to find in good shape. So those ones I feel like are a good find. And then this is a very random item that I got. So for some reason, I have a thing for small chairs. I don't know why. It just kind of, maybe because I worked in interior design in the furniture industry for so long, when I see mini furniture pieces, I kind of fall in love. So I fell in love with this little chair. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I figured if I find like a cute, like, I don't want to say doll, but any kind of, especially Christmas time or Easter. I know I have like a stuffed rabbit that would be cute to sit on here. Or if I find just kind of like a vintage Christmas doll decor, I could put it here. But yeah, I just thought it was cute. I won't collect a lot of them. I have seen where people like to hang them on the wall, like, but that I'm not into that. I just thought this was actually a really cute chair, and I'll find a place for it. I could have sworn my grandma had a small chair, and that's probably why I like it so much. I do remember her putting out on holidays and her setting things on it, so I think that's where it comes from, why I'm drawn to it. But yeah, just a small chair. And then the other thing I got, hold on one second. So I have 2 vintage coffee grinders, like the old school, and I believe they're either brass or copper. I think they're brass. But I thought to kind of tie it in, they're on my bookshelf, but to tie it all in, I thought, you know, I would like to have a vintage coffee can. And I like this one because it's Folgers. So I got this there. It was only $8. But yeah, this will just go on my bookshelf next to my vintage coffee grinders. I don't know what I'll put in it, but it's just for decorative reasons. So I got that. Maybe put it on top of like a stack of books. Who knows? This one was kind of cool. I think this was like $10, and I think this is a pretty good price. This is for outside, and I would like to one day, not this summer, but maybe the next summer, get a outdoor dining set, or I could put this on an outdoor coffee table. But this is literally just a plant stand, and I really liked it. I thought it was pretty cool, kind of industrial-ish looking, and yeah, it makes a good tabletop, and then you put like a pretty plant on top. Yeah, I thought it was cool. Unique, you know? So I got this. Yeah, I got a bunch of random stuff. There were so many cute things, but leave it to me to get the most randomest stuff. And then my favorite items, other than the silver goblets that I got, were these hats. And I'm a big hat girl. So this one, I got a summer hat and a fall winter hat. So I got this hat. Let's see. Yeah, I thought it looked really cute. So I got this hat. It's really lightweight and I like the color. It goes with everything. So I got this hat. And then for the fall, winter, to kind of, you know, embrace my Native American roots, I got this hat. I love the detail on it. The little, yeah, so this will be good for fall and winter. Yeah. You could get away with this look in like Colorado for sure, or New Mexico. But yeah, I couldn't help myself. I am guilty when it comes to hats. And I like it because my hair has a little red in it, so it kind of goes together, you know? So that was my other purchase. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'll share with you what I got at Disney more as like a YouTube short, because I didn't really get that many things to make a whole video on it. Really quick, when it comes to my opinions of that trip, it was the 70th anniversary. It was a really good time. And I will say there's just something special about going to that park without a bunch of people. I really got to enjoy the ambiance and really got to soak in like things that I've never done before, like ride the Mark Twain, or what was like even just like taking a ride on the horse and the I don't want to call it like a horse and buggy, but maybe that's what it is. And just sitting on like the benches on Main Street. It was really nice. Very relaxing trip versus trying to cram as much as you can in and going on all the rides and everything. I like it. It was really relaxing and fun. I highly recommend it. That if you do get to go back to Disney, maybe like take it slow. If you have the luxury. I understand that there's people who don't get to go as much as I do, and they live further away, so they do try to cram it all in. I totally get that. But if you are the type who, you know, tends to go at least like every other year, or you're a annual pass holder, or you live in California, so you do have the luxury of going often, I would say take it slow, enjoy it, soak it all in. I think that's going to be my motto in life going forward, is really soaking things in, really taking the time to be observant and not so much on the phone. I really have realized, I've realized that our phones take so much of our attention away. I have started kind of dialing back on social media, and I've seen a huge difference on my creativity, my problem solving, my productivity. It's been a big game changer, and I've really enjoyed it. It's also, though, helped me enjoy like concerts, vacations, and just being with people that I've haven't seen in a while. It's been fun, and I'm not looking through a screen. So yeah, that's gonna probably be my new goal going forward, is not being so heavily on this, even though I'm making a video. But these videos are fun, and I know this is also a way for my family to see what's going on in my life, so I am happy to do this at least. But anyways, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have a lovely rest of your week. And when it comes to things in the future, I don't know. I think just playing it by ear, see what comes up. Of course, I always have house projects that I gotta get done and finish, but it is also summer, so summer does tend to get a little busy when it comes to, vacations, work, and then the heat. The heat is brutal. Sometimes it gets so hot, like we don't have air conditioning, so sometimes it gets so hot in here that I don't really feel very productive. So anyways, we shall see what comes, next. It may just be, doing things around the house, but I'm happy to share. I will tell you, I may do a update on my garden. It's still coming along, but there are things happening and I am excited to share with you. But yes, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.